Good evening. I got a question for you. Do you have decision fatigue? I didn't even know there was a term for this. What I do remember is at points working for myself, and I'm sure entrepreneurs can share this or agree with this statement, that sometimes the hardest part of being an entrepreneur is all the decisions that have to be made. It's constant. It's like a never-ending flow of decisions. And decisions that might only affect you, might affect your family, might affect employees, other companies, might affect the community. I mean, in some cases, huge decisions. And you feel the weight of those decisions to the point that even the small ones can feel big. I can remember at different points in my practice where I would come home and my wife would say, "What do you," and I knew she was probably going to ask me about for dinner, what I wanted, if I was hungry, and I would go, "Nope, no more decisions. I cannot answer one more decision. I have had it with the questions that require decisions. I literally couldn't handle anymore." Until I started using my intuition. And that is my answer. If you've got decision fatigue, if you find that you're constantly juggling, and I would see this in my mind, these lists of pros and cons for multiple choices that I would have access to for one decision, and I'd be trying to balance them. Sometimes I'd write them out, but a lot of times, you're on the go. So these decisions, I'd have these lists in my mind, trying to think, okay, talk about stress. And it would take time, it would take effort, it would take energy. Sometimes it would take a bunch of communication with other people. And sometimes they didn't understand why you wanted to make a particular decision. Sometimes creating a schedule for a repeating workshop could take me hours. It was maddening. And then what would happen, depending on the decision I had made, after I had made the decision, then I would second guess for minutes, hours, sometimes even days, if I made the right decision. So all that energy I put in before making the decision, then all that energy I was expending after the decision was made. In some case, wondering if I could change the decision. Could I go back and undo it in some way? Awful. Awful, awful, awful. And then one of the big things, could I in fact trust that I had made the right decision? Especially when I knew it would affect other people. Ever since I started using my intuition, when I developed my intuition to make decisions, all of that has gone away. It has been years at this point since I've had decision fatigue. It has been years since I've second guessed myself for minutes, hours, or even days after making a decision. I make decisions more easily, more efficiently. And I had somebody ask me one day, did I regret any of the decisions I had made when I used my intuition? And the answer was an emphatic no. I did not. So, want to get rid of decision fatigue? Develop your intuition. And if you want to know how to develop your intuition, send me a message. I can help you. It's what I do. I help people develop their intuition so that way they can access it on demand and get a response that they trust. Trust so much that they can use it to make huge business decisions, huge personal decisions, thousands of dollars worth of decisions, and about some of the biggest events in their life. So if you want to make decisions with ease, you want to make decisions efficiently, you want to have energy for other things because you're exhausted from making decisions, and you want to trust that you are making the right decision, then connect with me to develop your intuition. I just had this conversation, actually. I was going to wrap up, but I was just reminded of this conversation I had with somebody new I connected with. And she was saying that she likes to plan things out. And I was suggesting, well, not suggesting, I was saying, my psychic guides had said, the only clarity that we need in taking the next step towards results and the next step towards achieving goals is the next step, maybe the next two. And I know a lot of people want clarity around the entire project or all the steps or as many steps as they can in a project. They want things all lined up before they actually start down the path of getting the results or creating a project or following through on something. And using our intuition is much like using a GPS. I don't know about you. I put the address in and I hit start. And it starts telling me the next step. Sometimes I'll glance to have a sense of where I'm going, but I don't memorize all the steps before I start. No, I just listen to the directions as they're being provided to me. And I follow them. And 99% of the time, I get there on the first shot. I know sometimes GPS can be a little wonky, it might get turned around a little bit, but we typically get there. That's what using our intuition is like. It is trusting the next step. It's trusting ourselves and the information that we receive from our intuition to have clarity around that next step. So I'd love to hear what you think. Share comments, ask questions, and if you're interested in developing your intuition, give me a shout out and we will connect about that. All right, I'm sending health and love and ease in your transformation until we connect again. I'll talk to you later. Bye.